Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about my project, the smart room system. Here are some concept photos of the smart room. First, I want to talk about the background. Nowadays, with the rapid development of the electrical engineering technology, computer science technology, and control engineering technologies, our life have been changed significantly. And the new technologies provide us with the infinite possibility to live a more modern life and the motivation to make our life more easier. In this situation, sometimes we can't stop to dream that our household appliance could be smarter and satisfy our need automatically. And the idea of the smart room technology originated in the United States around 40 years ago. Then this concept spread to Europe, China, and other countries. In the 1984, the world's first smart room was built in the United States. This is the remarkable building was controlled by computer system to monitor the air condition, elevator, lighting, and other equipment in the building. The building also could provide some intelligent service like voice communication, email, and video call. However, there still be many doubts about the smart room technology. One is that the life is already very convenient and people just need to do few jobs. So there is no need to make the household appliance become more smarter. And I think the reason of those ideas is the high price and the immature technologies. And with the rapid development of the technology, one day the smart room technologies could be much cheaper and more convenient. So more and more people would accept this idea. Then I will talk about my project. The smart room system is composed of five parts. One is the sensor system. It is composed by three parts. Maybe later there are several sensors, like temperature sensor, humidity sensor, and light sensor. And the voice recognition system. It is used to learn the information from the residents. It would let the people control the household appliance just by their voice. And the communication system. It is used to transfer information before different parts. In this part, we could use Bluetooth, Zigbee, or Wi-Fi technologies. Another system is a control system. It is composed of computers and microcomputers. The role of this part is to deal with the data that are received from other systems and give the correct order to the implement system. And the implementation system is composed by many household appliances. The role of the system is to satisfy the people's need. And first, we would talk about the sensor system. Sensor system is responsible for monitor the nearby environment, like indoor and outdoors. And I plan to use 5 sensors: temperature sensor, sunlight sensor, humidity sensor, smoke sensor, and wind speed sensor. About a temperature sensor, I plan to use analog temperature sensor. The analog temperature sensor is an active semiconductor device whose output is a voltage or current value proportional to the temperature. It's very useful and easy to use. And the light sensor, I plan to use HA2003 light sensor. It is use the advanced photoelectrical conversion model to convert the light intensity value into a voltage value. And the humidity sensor, I plan to use DHT11 digital humidity and temperature sensor. The humidity sensor integrates a resistive white detective element and an NTC temperature measuring element. The smoke sensor, I plan to use MQ2 smoke sensor. It uses the SNO2, which has a low conductive in clean air, and based on the voltage and the current value, we could know if there are many smoke in the air. Finally is the wind speed sensor. I plan to use ZQZ TF wind speed sensor. The sensor is made of anti-rust materials, which improves the anti-corrosion performance. Next, we would talk about the speech recognition system. This system is used to receive the speech and recognize it. It is very useful because we could control the household appliance without working them on the mobile phone. Here is the concept picture of this system. The speech from the residents would be endpoint detection and feature illustration. Then, by the help of the many models and dictionary and language models, we could identify the voice, and the output is the corresponding words. Then I will talk about the components of the communication system. Communication system is responsible for connecting the sensor system, control system, and the residence. And here are several technologies that we could use to communication. And first is the RF technology. It is a short-range, low complexity, low power, and low cost wireless communication technology. And the advantage of this technology is that the products don't need to be rerouted. And you can see the RF system could be used in many areas like industry, personal safety, and home automation, and national defense and military. And we also could use Bluetooth. The Bluetooth provides point-to-point or point-to-multipoint wireless links based on the concept of the network. The chance of connection is equal within the valid communication range. It's a big advantage for the Bluetooth. Another technology is Zigbee. The Zigbee technology is currently the fastest growing and the widely used wireless technology in the smart room field. And the advantages about this technology include short range, low complexity, low power consumption, and low cost. The Zigbee are now being used in many areas like rental, buildings, health, and home. Finally, we could use Z-Wire. The Z-Wire is an emerging RF-based, low-cost, low-power, and high-reliability wireless communication system. And in this part, I plan to use the Wi-Fi communication technology, since they have many advantages. And one of them is that the Wi-Fi is now generally used in the home, and many household appliances have the function to use Wi-Fi communication technology. And in this part, I plan to use ESP8266 Wi-Fi model. And this model is designed by a company. Although it's presented as a Wi-Fi network solution, it's more like an IoT component. It not only has very small size, but also very cheap than other Wi-Fi models. And the ESP8266 integrated board requires only very little pieces. However, in order to control the household appliance, we must use the reliable communication functions. The Wi-Fi communication is easy to be disturbed, so I plan to use the Wi-Fi to connect the sensors and the computers. And because nowadays many household appliances could only be controlled by infrared technology, so I plan to use this technology to control the household appliance. And the infrared remote control generally consists of two parts: transmitting and receiving. This is a model of this technology. And in order to control the infrared model, I plan to use the Raspberry Pi. It's a microcomputer which is very smart. I would use this MCU to receive the order from the computer, because we could use its Wi-Fi model, which is very convenient. And the MCU would control the infrared emission model to send the corresponding signals to the household appliance. As you can see, the Raspberry Pi is a kind of microcomputer motherboard based on the ARM, using SD or micro SD card as its memory hard disk. And I have used this MCU when I'm a bachelor student, so I have many experience on it. Then I will talk about the control system. Control system is used to receive the data from sensor system or its recognition system, residence, and the internet to learn about the environment inside and outside thoroughly. Then it would send the corresponding signals to control the household appliance to maintain the amenity in the room. This is a concept picture of this system. As you can see, the control system would learn from the residence order, sensor system, voice recognition system, and the internet. Then it would give the correctly order to the implementation system. and the implementation system is composed of many household appliances and some other equipment. Finally, I would talk about the challenge and I would talk more details about the voice recognition system. In this part, I plan to use the Microsoft API. The Microsoft API provides a high-level interface between appliance and the voice engines, which implements all the necessary low-level details such as real-time control and various voice engines management. The voice engine interacts with SAPI through the DDI layer, and the application communicates with the SAPI through the API layer. By using this API, we could quickly develop the speech recognition or speech synthesis applications. The SAPI application programming interface significantly reduces the high-level code required to establish an application by using the speech recognition and text-to-speech conversion, making the voice recognition technology much easier. Finally, I want to talk about the challenges that I have met in this project. One biggest problem is use Wi-Fi or infrared signal to communication. About Wi-Fi signal, there are many interface signals in the indoor environment, and many indoor things would block the signal, like thick concrete walls, metal obstacles, other physical obstacles, radio interface sounds, high-power electrical equipment, microwave ovens, electrical fans, refrigerators, washing machines, and other household appliances. And the infrared signal communication is much more stable and reliable than the Wi-Fi communication technology. However, the infrared signal is still easy to be interfered by various heat sources and sunlight sources, and interfered by radio frequency radiation. Since the certain infrared light has some interference to the infrared receiving height, which receives the infrared light. Another biggest problem is in the voice recognition part. Since different people would have the complex ancient Sometimes people would find it very hard to recognize the voice in different accents, and the machine would also be very hard to deal with it. And the different people would have the different dialect to speak, and the computer would also can't deal with it. Another problem that there are too many noise in the environment. It would also interface the recognition system. What's more, the energy of the sound transmission is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. When the distance is doubled, the energy of the sound transmission would decrease to a quarter. So the distance would also be a very big problem. And in order to deal with these problems, I plan to choose a better model, which is more powerful and smarter to recognize the voice from many Asians. And in order to get rid of the influence of the noises, I have no idea but to shut my window tightly and try to test my voice recognition system in the midnight. Since by day there are too many noises and the voice recognition system would be influenced. And another challenge is the heavy workload. Since the system engineering projects usually contain many different subjects, and we must guarantee those subjects could work well together. However, it is very hard for one people to be a master in those subjects. And it could be better to have some teammates, and different teammates would focus on different parts. Finally, I would give a summary of this project. This project basically achieves my goal because it could receive the data from the sensors, and the computer could give the order based on the data from the signals. Finally, the household appliance could be controlled by the computer to satisfy the people's need. And in the future, I hope I could improve my project. For example, I could make the connection be more strong and more stable, and make the voice detective system be more precise and anti-noise. And by finishing this project, I earned a more comprehensive understanding about system engineering, and I reviewed many knowledges that I have learned before, like communication system, real-time embedded system, and the knowledge of the microcomputers. And I also learned many new things like the details about the Wi-Fi transmission and voice recognition technology. In the end, I also learned the importance of the teamwork. If I had some good teammates, I could finish this project more quickly and we could improve the performance of each part significantly. That's all I want to say about my project, the Smart Room Technology. Thank you very much for hearing me.